drop something. The garlic. I'm gonna need this because you. Okay. You do yours and I'll do it. Today I'm making something called fire cider. Also, I just want to say that I have my son with me, so if you hear his little cooing, then that's what that sound is in the background. But either way, fire cider. Yes, this is a popular tonic that you can keep in your cabinet. Now, it is typically made in the fall season to prepare for the winter colder months. Now, whether it is just the temperatures dropping that tend to stuff us up a bit more, or the, more exposure to germs from all the family and friend gatherings, either way, it's just a really simple home remedy that really can help keep us well during this time of year. So I'll leave the recipe that I like to use in the description of this video. And today, in preparing this home remedy, I'm using my favorite Nakano knife. I am really thankful that they offered my subscribers a 20% off discount with the code IAMCHARLOTTEFAITH. I'll have details linked down in the comments if you're looking to get yourself a new knife for all of the holiday recipes ahead. Now, I will say I'm a firm believer in that you don't need a lot of knives in your kitchen. I think just having 2 or 3 really good knives is all you really need to make healthy eating so much easier. If you watch my videos, you know I do a lot of prepping for all my meals with chopping fruits and vegetables, so having a good knife makes a world of difference. But anyways, back to the fire cider. Like I said, I will have the recipe that I like to use it down in the description of this video, and today I'm having to use a couple ingredients that I typically haven't used in the past, like powdered turmeric, because if you know, I moved out to the country and it's kind of hard to find health food stores, so finding turmeric was not easy, and I decided to just use powder this year.
Hey, love. What in the heck? Goodness, did you see that you're just walking?
Yes.
Let's just walk over.
So if you're going to use a metal mason jar lid, you're going to want parchment paper because the acidity can erode the metal, but I'm just using these reusable plastic lids so I don't have to worry about that. And now it's going to sit for 4 weeks. Film it. Once my herbs were added, I set mine in a dark, cool cabinet to sit for about a month. I know some people have recipes where it's 6 weeks or even longer. I find that 4 weeks is plenty of time to really gain the benefits of this remedy, so I usually just do it for that and then strain it. So you can stay tuned to see that in another video. But moving on to another home remedy, since I had my mom here helping with the baby, I decided to go ahead and create another remedy that I needed to restock, which is garlic honey. So raw garlic has so many benefits to it, and raw honey also has a lot of medicinal benefits. And when you combine the two together and have this little fermentation, it is like a little powerhouse for our immune system. If you're someone who's studied herbalism or holistic remedies, you might have seen a common suggestion of eating raw garlic for its antiviral benefits, and I am someone who can just not stomach raw garlic. It is so pungent and I just can't do it. So for me, having a fermented garlic honey is a really great way to gain the benefits of raw garlic. I let mine sit for about a month before I start using it, but you could start consuming it right away if you wanted to. It's just, again, the longer it sits, the easier it is to handle that raw garlic flavor. And for myself, you could put it on toast, a biscuit. You could even just take it by the spoonful if you wanted to. And I will have some details about this over on my website, Nourish to Beauty, if you want to look into that. But Again, raw garlic, raw honey. It's really that simple. The method that I like to use in making my honey like this is a technique that I learned from going to the Herbal Academy. Now, this is like an online course. You may have seen me mention it in previous videos. I am so grateful for all that I've learned throughout taking classes at the Herbal Academy. And you are probably familiar with some of their infographics that they share on social media, whether it's on Pinterest or Instagram. This video isn't sponsored, but I will leave a link down in my description for the Herbal Academy. And if you do sign up for a class through my link, I would be so grateful for that. There is so much information that you can learn throughout taking their classes. They have so many different courses that you can choose from. It has been such a great experience for me as becoming an herbalist. And I just hope that if anything, you take a minute to check out their website and see all of the free information that they provide as well. I have some winter veggies here. Butter crunch lettuce, some kale, and red leaf lettuce. I also have some more rosemary and some Swiss chard here that's not looking very good, so I don't think I'll be planting that because I also don't even like Swiss chard, so what's the point? Let's see what I can do. After giving birth, the garden got so out of control because I just wasn't in there weeding or taking care of things, and I really just gave up on it. So after a while, we finally got in there, cut everything down, and laid down this fabric to cover the ground so that we wouldn't be having to deal with weeding throughout the rest of the season, along with the fall and winter, just preparing us for next gardening season. Here are some beets that I guess I missed that ended up growing. But anyways, after that, I just pulled out this makeshift trellis. I think I showed this in a video, but maybe it was on Instagram. Definitely going to do something different next year, but for the time being it worked. So I went in, I weeded out everything from the raised beds here, and these raised beds have served me pretty well. I think I first built them back in 2021. No, maybe it was 2022. Either way, just trying to clear some things out to get ready to plant all of these lettuces. Here are just some rogue carrots, rogue beets, things that, you know, I misplaced. I will have to figure out a way to cover these up when we start approaching the freezing temperatures. Last year, I just placed a bed sheet over the garden and that seemed to work pretty well, but I want to do something a little bit better so that it doesn't fall onto the lettuces because that one ended up just crushing them. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Hopefully I can figure something out. But anyways, after I got everything set up, I decided to give it a good water because the beds were pretty dry. We've kind of been in a drought. All right. That works. I'm gonna let that run for a minute. Took me forever to detangle this hose. Oh, Lord. Oh wait, my insulin pump is like edge.
Probably hold his head.
It's hot.
Over the spring, I shared how I reintroduced meat back into my diet during my pregnancy, and since then I've kept with it. It still feels really good. Of course, we still eat a lot of plant-based meals, but having animal protein mixed into our diet, I don't know what else to say other than it just feels what is best for us right now. So with that, I've been slowly exploring different meats again, and thankfully there's a farm not too far from us that has all grass-fed meats and pasture-raised animals. So this is their heritage breed pork. And because I had stayed out in the garden longer than I expected to, I didn't really have time to make anything else because I was getting hungry, the baby was getting fussy, we were getting closer to bedtime, and I decided just to make pancakes and sausage patties. Pretty much just flattening them out to like little patty shapes, you know? Then it was time to move on to the pancakes, and I actually posted this recipe not only on my blog website but also on Instagram, so you can check it out if you want to. But it's pretty much just brown rice flour. You can do solely brown rice flour, but I was running really low, so I mixed in this paleo blend that I like, baking powder, and then you add in your liquids. I just had to make sure the sausage wasn't burning, so I pulled that off to set aside. You add in some milk and eggs. I was doubling the recipe so that I could save some away for the freezer, because now that having a newborn, anytime I can do a little meal prep, it is always helpful just as I figure out this motherhood thing. So adding in my milk, my eggs, my vanilla, stirring everything together. And you could add in some sugar if you wanted. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I feel like the vanilla alone is really just enough sweetness. I just mix it together until I get a consistency that I'm happy with, and then I start putting them on a hot griddle. I have to say, one thing that's kind of silly that I think about every time I'm making pancakes is I do hope and look forward to the day that I get to own one of those big pancake griddles, because you're making food for so many people. My mom has one because whenever we have family gatherings, there's always a ton of us with my siblings and nieces and everything at this point. But I can't wait to hopefully have a big family to where I also need one of those big griddles.
I didn't know we were.
And then we're gonna do a reality check. Big water bottle, a bunch of crap at the end of the table. Okay. And lunch dishes. Cool. Kind of forgot that I was making bread today, so I should probably do something with this. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I killed my sourdough starter. I don't know, at this point, probably like 6 months ago or something. And it was really devastating. But thankfully, I, in the past year, have made friends with a wonderful girl who has been so generous to share her starter with me. So I didn't have to start from scratch. And I tell you, that made a huge difference. So if you have someone who has been making sourdough bread and they're willing to share some of their starter with you, it's really easy to share it, then I would take them up on it, because wow, I've just been able to jump right back into bread making and it feels really good. Either way, I'm going to close out the video here. I'll be making this bread tomorrow morning. Thank you for hanging out with me in today's video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. If you have any video requests down in the comments, just let me know. Other than that, I'll see you soon. Bye.